I'm getting some.
www.lovethenumber2jamradio.com. It's going down this Friday, and y'all know on Fridays we keep it real with Rillos. I'm comedian Rillos. It's been a long week. It's been a very long week.
Even though it was a long week, congratulations on your promotion.
Yes. I don't really put a lot of stuff on the See?
Sorry, I'm done now.
See what I mean about that drink, Mr. White? Right. She fucking up on purpose now.
I didn't fuck up. I knew exactly what I was doing.
It wasn't that funny yet.
Oh, sorry.
Save the laughs for the show. That's going down on November the 20th. We will be at the Zumbaro, 13101 Kirkendall Road, from 9 to 11 p.m. I know we're gonna be doing in the new Miss Cookie. So after that, y'all should be able to head right on over and catch some of them laughs too. It's free entry for everybody, so just slide through. I'll be hosting. I'm gonna have my co-host right here, Mr. White, holding down the fort for me while I make sure things getting taken care of. And when I say things getting taken care of, we actually have a family that we're sponsoring, Love the Jam. It's gonna team up with the tax doctors. They're going to be helping out as well, and then I have another guy who's part of the Masons. They're going to be donating a meal as well too. So this family going to be eating better than me on Thanksgiving, apparently.
See if they got any invites then, so we can go.
Right.
Yeah. Technically, I'm the type of person, I know when people going through stuff, a lot of times people don't want their business out there like that, to where a lot of people around, strangers around. So the girl that connected us with this family, I'm gonna have her deliver the stuff, but I'll also get with her to see if they're comfortable with that.
Who is she though?
Oh, this is the girl I went to school with.
Oh, okay.
She ain't nobody who's gonna run off with the food.
I'm just saying, bitches will run off with the turkey, nigga.
No.
This 2020, nigga. Bitches run off on the turkey twice.
No.
She's gonna be real grateful walking out. Thank y'all so much.
Right.
First off, it better be some pictures.
I'm just saying, we want to see them enjoying the food.
It better be 9 people in the picture.
It
better be 1 woman and 8 kids. I don't care if she gotta go get her mama and 8 of her cousins.
So a dad can be in there,
Hey, if she got a man, she ain't getting this meal.
Hard times is on hard times.
Damn.
No, hell no. What they told me, it was a woman with 8 kids. Not a woman with a man and 7 kids.
How you think she got the 8 kids?
Hey, I don't give a damn.
Like seriously.
That nigga ain't eating.
He can't get a plate.
He can't get a plate. Cause I should get a plate before he get a plate. Technically.
Oh, here we go.
I don't even. Technically, we should get a plate before he get a plate.
I'm just saying.
We doing more.
The spirit.
Hey, no. We keeping it real. Hey, we keeping it real. If we doing more for the family than he doing for the family, we should eat before him. If we don't eat, he don't eat.
I love what we're doing. I'm excited. I'm glad you hooked it up. I met a dude earlier that has a nonprofit also, and he does pressure washing and detailing, and he has a nonprofit organization.
Cool, we're gonna have to get him out here to the light. He can be spraying our shit down while we in here.
Exactly. Or we can help them in their event. They have an event going on where they're giving away toys, and I was thinking about partnering with them to do that.
Yeah, we definitely can do that.
I can't remember what it was called.
We used to be real.
Bread of Life? No?
I don't know. It sounds biblical.
I don't know why I said Bread of Life. What's it called?
Let me know when she say some shit that got something to do with church. I'm going to be like, yeah, you know what? I do that. We working for the Lord.
What's it called? Dreams to Reality, like the Meek Mill song. Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to help.
Okay. Fat song. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm down for that. Like anytime it comes to helping people out and doing stuff for the community.
He's the guy.
I feel I'm not the guy.
You are that guy.
I'm not that guy.
He's modest.
I don't mind helping out. Like I gotta take care of home first, and I'm barely doing that already. So trying to help everybody else, is a little too much. But
Why would you say that?
I will do my part. I'm keeping it real.
Blasphemy.
Hey. Like I said, I ain't doing too much, but I know if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't eating.
He say I got red.
Can you pass me the egg?
I do what I can when I can.
Charity getting real.
Shout out to Miss Lovey. She's been the one on the ones and twos for the night. Mr. Cornelius White is in the building with us tonight. He actually brought us some deviled eggs. Mm-hmm. And the deviled eggs, which I did not describe this way when I let the team know, are made with crab meat mixed inside of the eggs and lobster. And it has shrimp on top. So it's like a seafood deviled egg.
It's some bacon.
It's some bacon. Oh, my bad. Let's not forget the bacon bits. Please don't forget the bacon bits. So he came through and blessed the team with the deviled egg. So shout out to him. We appreciate that.
It goes good with the whiskey.
And what y'all mix? What did y'all mix again?
This is 1 part. I'm trying to sound like
one of them had peanut butter. Oh yeah,
One
get your Alexa on.
Right.
How many ounces?
1 part Fireball
Right.
and 2 part peanut butter whiskey.
How does it taste, Mr. White?
You could taste the peanut butter in the peanut butter whiskey a little bit from the way I mixed it, and you can you can taste the kick from the Fireball after the peanut butter taste. But the way she mixed it was a lot better, so I more or less probably screwed up. So.
It's because I be around Elixir and I be mixing by association.
And I be mixing like I'm at somebody's house and we playing dominoes and some more shit.
See, if Lovey mixed that and it came out good, Lovey got lucky. Because Lovey do not be bartending. Don't show up here. If you see some liquor on the counter, I know a lot of people walk in and be like, hey, can you make me something to drink? Don't do that shit at Lovey house. Unless you plan on spending the night.
That's fucked up.
Cause Lovey the drink gonna be good, but it's gonna be strong as shit.
I'm charitable.
I don't let Lovey make me no drinks. It's like
that's fucked
no,
up.
I know better.
You made drinks Saturday at the party.
Exactly.
Straight up.
Oh, wait a minute, Cornelius. Hold on. Franchise. I know you. I know your motherfucking ass.
Franchise said he made a drink. He made his drink on Saturday. We had an extra hour, and he was still drunk on Monday.
That's a lie, because he don't even drink.
I saw when I wasn't drinking clear that night because it was a Rock Peach. But when I saw them bring the bottle out, I saw Lovey look at it like she was finna mix some shit.
Right.
So at that point, I really knew I wasn't drinking. Cause when Lovey usually looking, when we get bottles, Lovey's gonna look at 2 people. She gonna look at me. Or she gonna look at one other person. It don't even matter who that other person is, but she gonna look at them. That usually means one of y'all come make the drinks. You know, it's how if she bought a bottle, she already know. Like,
somebody handle it.
It's like in her heart, she know I'll fuck these drinks up, y'all. You make the drink.
I made Elixir's drink too.
On Saturday, she didn't look at nobody. She like,
no, bitch.
No,
Big D, you know she was in that. She was like that when she came in.
Already.
Thank you. I saw you in the parking lot, bitch.
No. Now, Alexa was a little messed up when she walked in.
Year tequila that I brought her from Cozumel last year.
That's true.
What was it?
But she was good.
I said I keep drinking and I realize why I don't drink tequila.
That's what you did.
But when
say
Alexa walked in, she was straight. when I was like, cause I'm like, hey, this was my first time here, so I'm peeping the scene. We all culling, so I don't know.
We were in Chad's, by the way.
I don't know what to expect. But when the bottle came, Lovey was like rubbing her hands together with her eyes.
That's a motherfucking lie.
And she poured the drinks. I wish we had her pouring the drinks on camera.
You wasn't even watching.
No, she poured the drinks like I'm about to get everybody fucked up.
Everybody was finna get fucked up.
No, I know. You didn't even.
I gave him his, and he was looking at it like it was after. I didn't understand. I was cranberry. I got the good cranberry juice for you.
Corn had already ordered some brown. I don't know what he was drinking, but he had already ordered brown.
I was on Crown and Coke that night.
YJB drank his drink and went to the car and went to sleep.
Exactly.
Hey,
that drink was called Night Night, nigga.
Right, that wasn't the real night.
No.
keep it real. Shit, don't sleep that shit off.
That nigga was in the car asleep.
If you want to know how strong the drink was, go look at the pictures that everybody took. Don't look at nobody else, but look at Alexa. It's a still picture, but if you're looking at the picture, it looks like she's moving the whole time. And Lovey behind her holding her up. Like, if Lovey would have got up real quick, if Lovey's song would have came on, Alexa would have been on the floor. Like, I watched Lovey pour them drinks. Like I wouldn't even I hadn't even bought a drink or anything yet because they wasn't accepting cards. But that's a whole nother issue. In 2020, at least get the bartender cash app or something. But I don't know what was going on with that. But I saw Lovey pouring them drinks and I was like, I didn't even want a drink, but I knew I wasn't finna drink
Fuck you,
that
Boris.
drink. Lovey,
That's messed up.
no, Lovey, we all have jobs here at Love the Jam, right?
That is true.
What's your job, rolling or bartending?
Rolling.
So when you got the stuff in the drinks, like you stuffing a blunt, I knew at that point, like I was like, oh nah. But I wasn't tripping because family, we was all family. Everybody was together, so you know ain't nothing gonna happen to nobody.
Like you was like,
we all good.
Boris hit me with the.
Nope.
He had this afro on. That afro was like bloop bloop bloop.
That was a double. That was a double no because I saw. Lovey, how many drinks did you make out that big ass bottle of Ciroc?
Shit, probably like 1, 2. I got one of JB, 3, Z, 4.
This is one whole bottle of Ciroc.
Probably like 6 drinks.
6 drinks and one bottle of Ciroc.
Damn.
How many bottles do people normally get out of it?
12?
Huh?
You get more than that.
You get more than that. Hey,
You on my side?
look, you know how when you just made that drink, you said
Too late
1
now.
part this, 2 part this. The drinks you made was 1 part cranberry, 7 parts Ciroc.
Alexa's starting to feel like you kind of roofed us. That's why.
Exactly.
Some bullshit. That was good until that happened.
You look like you enjoyed your drink.
Oh, I enjoyed the hell out of that drink.
I understood because in that point you was like, hey, this the family we team. I'm about to get everybody fucked up. Like I understood what you was doing. I just knew that it wasn't for me. Like, I was like, hey, I'm on security right now. You know what? I'm gonna make sure ain't nobody going too far. Ain't nobody in our section that ain't supposed to be over here. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
So she looked at me one time after she had poured like 7 parts of Ciroc into the drink, and I was like, nah. And then she poured another one like she knew I was gonna say yes the second time. So the second, I was like, hell nah. I think she put more in the second drink than she put in the first
passed it
drink.
to you. He said, I'm passing out the drinks. Anybody else want one?
That was my job. Once you bypassed me on making the drinks, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just pass the drinks out. But one thing I will say, they gotta get credit. I don't know what's the deal with the credit card situation there. Like, I didn't plan on drinking a lot or anything that night, but all I had was card.
Well, he just started
Like,
that situation there, so he has to,
somebody
call
just
audibles. He has to call audibles.
it's cool. Like, but understand somebody has to be in a situation where they can say, you know what, I got it. I pay the cash, and you cash out me or something like that. Because everybody just didn't have cash that night.
Yeah, some things don't work like that, Boris.
It's all good. We gonna figure something out because
Luckily, you got friends who be 2 to 3 drinks in already.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. White because he had an extra he had an extra $20 on him.
He used his emergency 20 for the situation. Came through in the clutch.
That wasn't an emergency.
Okay.
That was a plan. But what happened was you fucked around and made them drinks, and I was like, yeah, here you go.
When I saw his drink, I was like, yeah, I know I can borrow some money now.
He's feeling charitable.
Any other time, I couldn't borrow no money. But when I saw his cup, I was like, yeah, he gonna loan me something tonight.
First of all, Elixir is getting me together. I'm learning.
Nah, it's all good. What was fucked up was looking in the waitress' eyes when she told me they didn't take card.
Oh.
So I asked Corn for some cash. I asked him for the exact amount of cash of the drink. And that was probably all the cash he had on him in that moment. So at that point, she knew she wasn't getting no tip. But it was too late to fuck my drink up because she had already gave me the drink.
She knew she wouldn't get no tip earlier, brother. I apologize. She brought out my drinks and she stood there for a second.
You tipped her later. You felt sorry for her. You tipped her later.
$2 later, but
You gave me your last $2.
I felt bad as shit.
When he didn't tip, I was sitting back like, oh, this whole ass nigga. She working her ass off.
She wasn't working her ass off, but she did
she
walk.
was.
She walked a little bit.
You know, she was on the show on Tuesday. She was on the Man Cave show. I saw her in real life. Her ass was, in a pair of pants instead of.
Yeah, she was on a show on Tuesday. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I put 2 and 2 together.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't here because I didn't
know
tip.
an ass when I see one.
I didn't tip that night. And
Now you feel ashamed.
Yeah. She might not have recognized me without the crowd.
So she's straight.
But I mean, it was cool. It was just like, hey, she knew at that moment that she wasn't getting tipped, and I was like, I'm not one of them people who don't tip. Like, if I got $1, a loose $1, I'm at least give you that. I'm not.
And he said a loose dollar.
I'm not. I usually don't just not do nothing. Like, if they'd have took card, I would have tipped on
You
card.
could have just prayed with her. That's
No. Save my prayers for me.
What you say? Can't nobody pray with your baby? KK, no.
Hey.
KK, you can't pray with my baby.
She came out of
Hold on now.
KK say don't
Yeah, no, you ain't
I can't pray for these hoes.
She came out of nowhere.
Hold on, KK, now. I know that's your man, but
You watching me?
KK ain't saying nothing, but I can't pray for these hoes.
Listen, Jesus.
Green, she said you ain't praying with my baby.
I'm talking. She was over here with. She was here with.
I ain't never heard that.
No.
That's a shame, KK. You ought to be shamed.
Them prayers come to our house. That's it.
But hopefully somebody took care of her and made up
We don't have to
for.
pray with her.
Yeah, we'll pray for her. But it was definitely a good experience. It was.
Thank you for clarifying, KK.
It was great to have the fam mind and everybody rocking together. Like when we get together, it ain't no hostility. Like I don't like that person. It was just all good energy.
Hell
like,
yeah, it was
everybody
dope.
was dressed up. JB was
A dog.
a dog to some people.
What you thought he was?
I thought he
You
was a
petty
cow.
as hell.
No, I
How?
thought he was a cow too.
How? Why would it be a cow?
When
He
I
had dog ears.
When I first,
What do you mean? It was on his head. They were big.
first off,
What's wrong with you
if he
people?
didn't have no ears, what he would have been?
A dog?
No.
Nah, hell no. He had Chick-fil-A spots.
You know what, boys?
I know a Chick-fil-A cow when I see one.
You know it's a cow.
Just because you sew some ears on it don't make you a dog. You just a Chick-fil-A cow with some big ass ears. That's all it was.
Boy.
I literally was like moo or bark. One or two.
That's the only way.
I was all moved.
I cannot.
At least half everybody who was sober there thought he was a cow.
But as soon as I saw him, I knew he was a
I
dog.
still thought he was a cow. So I mean,
I don't know, but shout out to JB. He's been on top of the verse, helping with the versus battles and the Rochambeau and he. JB been on top of it, so it's great to have him
Hold on.
around.
First of all, why is Rochambeau so taboo to people? Like, you haven't been there yet, but when you mention Rochambeau, people are like, oh my God, I'm about to embark on something I've never done before.
And then they pull out their fists.
Yeah, and realize what's really real, and people get really competitive. They're like, nah, this was a paper scissor.
Yeah.
Like, like the shit gets really intense.
Speaking of that, rapping queen, you need to go practice on your paper rock scissors.
Yeah,
Because,
she said she sucked already, though.
We want to go to round 3. We want to at least get to round 3. You got to at least win one of them. But I think she picked paper every single time.
She did pick paper twice.
No, she picked paper 3 times.
No, she didn't.
She picked paper the first time and it was a tie.
Right.
No, she picked paper the first time and she lost because Whisper picked scissors. Then she picked paper the same time and Whisper picked paper. And then she picked paper the third time and lost again. Like, come on. At this point, I'm at home like this. Like, I know.
You throwing your shit.
I'm like, I know you picking paper. Somebody show her how to do a rock or something. But
she did bring some dope ass music though. Did you hear the songs?
Yes, I heard the song.
She is banging with the music.
Rapping Queen is one of the top female artists out here right now because
I agree.
as far as content, relevance, production, everything is on point.
Did you hear Whisper's new? Shut up, Forrest. Did you hear Whisper's new music? I was so surprised.
I enjoyed Whisper's music too, and I appreciate the fact of for an artist that's been doing it since she was 14 and been in the game that long to remain relevant and continue to keep up with the way styles are switched and stuff. Now I do understand that a lot of her music she's recorded at the Pharmacy Studios.
You heard that too.
So everybody heard that. But as far as a lot of people who was rapping in the 90s, it was a completely different rap style, and for her to come with a little more upbeat and continue to kind of keep pace with a lot of the younger people, like you have to appreciate her as an artist. Now the versus battles, I've stopped looking at them like this person is better than this person. I look at it like, which song do I prefer to hear, because it's two great artists and it's two great music. So it's like, but they two different artists at the same time.
Did you say two great musics?
Yes, two great music.
Straight out of the north. Where are you from?
Right. Hold on. Let me claim some shit I'm not gonna be that nobody will be proud of.
I just need to know.
Right. But it was great music on both sides. But I have my preference. Like I'm gonna prefer the rapping queen's music because I feel like I can adapt to that more.
Right, and we also got to see like the differences. Like Whisper songs were longer.
Yes,
they had like 3 verses on them.
But that transpired from years ago. Her doing
and that's how the original structure, right? Franchise.
Yeah.
That's how the original structure.
Yeah. So, I kind of expected that when she was bringing her music. No, I'm talking about when Whisper brought her music. Like I was expecting that because that's how she does her songs. Like she don't have short songs. It's always full, complete songs, and that's what we've always gotten from her. So when she came to the versus battle, it wasn't like I'm gonna hit you and get out of here like Rapping Queens was. It was like, hey, I'm gonna give you my song. This is my music. She was selling herself, and that's what a lot of people do. But the younger generations like, hey, I'm gonna throw this out there. You either get it or you ain't gonna get it, and I'm gonna take it back. But the older generations like, hey, I'm gonna make sure you get this entire song.
Right.
I want you to get hooked on the chorus. I want you to get this. I want you to get that. But we just have shorter attention spans nowadays. Right. So. Yeah. I mean, once she shortened her stuff up, I mean, it'll definitely take her to another level as far as
I
music.
like that she put like "Nuck If You Buck" lyrics on top of like B.O.B. party beats. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like a weird like contrast, and I was here for it.
But you can like, I appreciate artists who you can actually tell they took the song and they took time to put the song together. I don't like the artists who just go in the booth and just be like, I'm gonna do this and that. It is what it is. But you can tell like whoever was producing was like, hey, you might want to do this. All right, then come back and add this, and then come back and add this. Like it's actually they built something. Like the rapper should build a song and the producer should build the music. But if it sounds like y'all just threw it out there, then it's just like whatever to me. But I feel like both artists were working on something.
I agree.
And both artists sold themselves last night. And I didn't listen to it and be like both of them whack. One of them whack or this person whack. I feel like both of them stood their ground and they represented their generations last night. And that's what our versus battles are meant for. So shout out to both ladies.
And they networked together, so that was cool. Hopefully we might see a song with them both on it, which would be interesting. Yeah,
that would be very interesting.
Got to be.
We got to get them in there with Kalani to produce that.
Right. Because only he could put something like that. Yeah,
Kalani will make that work. But shout out to them. Do anybody know who won the election yet?
No, they're actually.
Why did I say to myself on my way here? I know Boris is gonna bring it up. If nobody else brings the shit up, it's gonna be Boris.
I would just be the first person to say congratulations to Joe Biden. Because he pretty much won already.
Once you get to be, if you want to be, because I got to stop you in the midst of you saying that, because in truth, right? Fox News and CNN kind of just got him up by 40 points at this point. It's like 253 to 213.
Is it still that? They hadn't added nothing to it?
They hadn't added nothing, but Fox kind of tried to add something with putting him at 264, which wasn't the...
That ain't enough.
It just wasn't the proper thing to do. So CNN has him at 253, but at the same time, with the numbers where they are and what Trump is doing with more or less trying to slow everything down, I think that, Yeah, with the I guess suing or the judgments or whatever, and he's trying to slow stuff down.
If first off, I look at it like on election night, both of them basically got up there and said, "I won." Both of them said, "I won."
True.
Now the numbers wouldn't even. I don't even think either one of them was above 200 when they came out and said, "I won."
But when they both said I won, or when they both came out to say whatever, more or less, only thing they had counted was the votes from that day.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like they hadn't counted anything from the early voters. And
when he said when both of them said I felt like one of them said I don't even know which one said I won first, but it felt like one of them said I won and the other one's like, nah, I won. They was racing to say who won first.
It's two old white men trying to figure out social media and the rest of it. Like Trump figured out a long time ago, if I just say this shit right off the bat, can't nobody
then it
stop
might come
me.
true.
It just, like literally, it'll just happen.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say congratulations, Joe Biden, because he damn near there already. He knocking on the door already.
I mean, you can say that, but at the same time, that's like telling I guess you say a
girl you didn't pull out of congratulations.
Right.
You about to be a daddy?
You know what I mean? Just straight up. Just leave that thing in there. You know
That's exactly what it is, because you don't know if she having a baby or not, but you know for a fact you didn't pull out.
Well, I've had those conversations before, so yeah, it's all right.
That's what it. But once you see the numbers and it's pushing up to 250, come on, like.
Well, the numbers only get to the numbers is because of the votes that they counted afterward, which is the mail-in votes. And until they got them in all honesty, Joe Biden was in trouble. But
now let me tell you why. Now I feel like the reason I say congratulations, Joe Biden, is because Trump was trying to be strategic with it. With this coronavirus, he's basically been, hey, it ain't nothing to be afraid of. It is what it is. If you're gonna die from it, you're gonna die from it. Joe Biden say,
that's funny too.
Joe Biden say, play it safe. Mail in your votes. So Trump can't be expecting no mail-in votes.
Well, in truth, it's all strategic. This has been planned for quite some time. I do believe that the fact that they pushed Kamala Harris towards the end as his running mate versus it's saying it early. Like for them to give it when they gave it, automatically Trump got nervous because he was like, fuck, they put another black person up.
See what happened was Trump showed his card first. When you pull Kanye in, he already knew he wasn't getting a lot of the black votes. He knew he wasn't getting the black votes. So if he can cancel them out by putting Kanye in the picture, then it's just white votes versus white votes.
Well,
but Kanye wasn't on all the ballots.
Well, it wasn't
as expected.
It wasn't as much as getting Kanye in.
That's exactly what that was.
Preliminary, like just a political stunt.
No. He was trying. That was a form of voter suppression. You brought somebody in who could not be on all the ballots, and you knew it was too late for him to get on all the ballots. So he was only there to eliminate votes.
Kanye did that on his own. And I think that
they had been buddy already. So you got Kanye did it on his own.
On his own.
He did that on his own, but Trump was encouraging him. Hey, go ahead, you can do it. You got a chance. The black people love you.
Listen, I think that Kanye did that on his own, and I think that the fact that because in truth, if Donald Trump wanted to make that a legit thing, he kind of pushed him to do that at an earlier time.
That's the thing. See, Trump thought he was gonna carry it regardless, because he don't understand like how many people he was turning off. So if you think bringing in a black person is gonna eliminate a lot of votes, even if they not voting for you, majority of the white people was probably gonna vote for Trump. But he figured Kanye was gonna cancel out them votes. Like Kanye canceled out a bunch of votes. People still went in there and voted for Kanye. People stood in line for days and voted for Kanye, and he wasn't even in it.
But I don't think Kanye had anything to do with real legitimate voters.
How?
Like legitimate. Like I get it. You got some young cats that's gonna go, I'll vote for Kanye. So legitimate voters who take their time, read up on politics, and like pay attention to.
They already got them. Not the people they ain't the people they campaigning for.
I get it. But what I'm saying is, you can't tell me that he literally was like, "Hey, yo, Kanye,
you can do it.
I got an idea." this is gonna work.
Yes, he did.
No, they got together and said, "Hey, one of us gonna win." That's exactly what. Either all the white people gonna vote for me, and all the black people gonna vote for you, and one of us gonna win. But then Kanye found out he wasn't gonna be on all the ballots because he got on too late. So Trump started meeting with black people. He meeting with Ice Cube. Hey, shout me out out, Ice Cube.
I think Trump.
He met with Lil Wayne less than a week before the election.
I think all of that was just more or less
a publicity stunt.
Yeah,
It's marketing.
that's it.
It's marketing. That's exactly what I'm saying.
No, but what you're saying is like he's actually telling Kanye West he has a possibility of winning a presidential seat.
Kanye probably knew he wasn't gonna win, but he got his name in the box, and you gonna see Kanye a few years later. You gonna to be in an election, you gotta raise money for so many years. Like the people who won the other night are raising money right now for the next 4 years. That's why we can't get shit done, because they raising money for the next 4 years.
Everybody except for Mr. Lindsey. I think Mr. Lindsey's an Alabama politician who's been begging for support throughout this entire campaign. If you did not pay attention to CNN, CNN is actually posting.
If you think about it, when it comes to stuff like that, if you get on a ballot, regardless of whether you win or lose, you planting that seed. You might not be on in 4 years, but in 8 years, you come back, they gonna be like, damn, I saw that name before. You putting that seed, you planting that seed in the back of their head. Like, you might not ever want to be president, but you gonna win something.
That's Kanye.
If you run for president and don't win, but you go on a comedy tour, every show you do gonna sell out. Every show you're gonna do gonna sell out because you planted that seed that, hey, I want to be president, even though you know you're gonna lose. Like, I don't think you're gonna win if you go on the next ballot, but I know, like, hey, shit, I'm gonna see what he talking about on stage then.
Well, that could be a possibility.
No, that's true. That's facts. You plant the seed, it's gonna grow.
I get that, but at the same time, I don't think nobody was really gonna vote for Kanye.
People voted for Kanye.
630,000 people.
How many?
See, look at you trying to get on the ballot already.
In America.
Yes. People stood
in rural
People
places
stood in line
to vote for Kanye.
Black people and white people. It ain't just black people voting because white people voted too. So think about the states where people voted. 630,000.
And see, that's the type of shit right there.
That's 500,000.
More than half.
But
Get 500,000 people to a comedy show. I bet you don't have to do no more shows in your life.
$10 a head.
$10 a head.
I get all of that. That's small change for the votes that needed to be won to win the presidency. But 600,000 people, I get it.
I'm saying
after a month of protest.
It's small change to win, but it's not small change when it comes to eliminating the vote to increase somebody who actually has a chance of winning, chances of winning. Right. That's what that was more about. Like, Kanye wasn't on every ballot. Like, there's no way you can win if you're not on nearly every ballot.
Right.
Like, exactly. But Trump didn't look at it as like, he looked at it like, hey, Kanye gonna cancel some of these people out, which is what he did. Because people didn't trust Biden, they didn't trust Trump, but it's like, hey, he been doing it for some years, he know what he doing, so they probably would have voted for Trump just because. Because if you look at it on a local level, Trump ain't really doing much for us. It's our people who do the stuff for us. It's more centered at a local level. So it's like, all right, might as well vote for Trump. He still a bunch of silly shit, a bunch of dumb shit. But a lot of Christians gonna vote for Trump because he doing what he got to do overseas in Jerusalem and Israel, moving the capital and all that shit. He doing what he's supposed to do over there. So a lot of people who look at it that way and look at the biblical sense of it gonna vote for Trump because he's doing the Lord's plan. But when you come back and look at it, if you look at the big picture, God's plan is gonna get done regardless. So it don't matter who you vote for.
So let me ask you this. The uptake and bravado when it comes to racism with certain groups in this country, right? Like the uptake happened before he even came in the presidency power.
Exactly. So it's been
right. So my deal is just plain and simple. How was anybody? Because not expecting him to win for one, because I see the intensity with. Especially white people that like they want this. They want the way he is pushing, and
they want that because they think it's gonna put more money in their pockets.
Exactly.
Now, a lot of people that's voting for him is broke people too, and they think they're gonna get rich by keeping us down. That's not gonna make you rich. That's gonna make the rich richer, and they gonna be just as broke as us.
Right. But they make promises.
But they don't see it that way. They say, "Oh, he white, and I'm white, so I'm gonna be good as long as he in there." When that ain't the case. It's rich people and it's welfare people.
Of course, it's the same thing with.
But they don't see it that way.
It's the same thing.
What I'm saying is the people who are lower class voting for him don't see it that way.
Right.
They see it as, hey, I'm voting for the white guy. Now, if
Same thing with black people when they vote for Obama.
But you got, and I'm cool with that.
But if you,
I'm cool with voting for whoever you want to vote for. I'm not against who you voting for.
What I'm saying is, if you say I'm cool with you voting for somebody because of their skin color, that means you promoting Trump one more time.
No, I'm not. I'm cool with whoever voting for whoever they want to vote for. Like it's your vote.
I expect you to divulge and do some reading. And
Listen.
Nah, you
Let me
you
tell
can't.
you
Don't
something.
come back.
I'm not coming. I'm back, nigga. I'm back. Listen, a system that was designed
To benefit them.
designed not with us in mind is never going to be a system that includes us or does anything for us. So the whole facade of an electoral college period or people thinking that they're participating is again a facade. So even putting energy into discussing it again is a facade. We need to be talking about how we as black people and you as black men can come together and do something for y'all people that look like us. Fuck all that other shit.
And what makes that hard
that's what Asians do. That's what the fucking Mexicans do. That's what the Arabs. Am I wrong, KK?
The problem is that the reason that reason that works is because they understand foundation.
Regardless of how it works, we're not getting it because we're still putting stock and energy into a system that does not
because we haven't developed our foundation. We have a foundation that says, hey, if we all take our dollars and support black businesses, that will be our foundation. But we're not doing that collectively because you still have black people who want to support black people, but they still working at McDonald's.
I think it's because there's a level of poverty, and we're talking about several generations of programming
to reach that level.
That's somebody got my lighter.
See, the problem with that is us as a community, we have a problem with spending as soon as we get it. If all black people said we're not gonna spend for,
that goes with financial literacy.
Exactly, and that's the problem. We're not financial literate.
But financial literacy we were taught to divide from jump.
Exactly. So the thing is, if we start spending for a few days, and then say from here on we're gonna spend in the black community for the next week. Nothing else. If it comes to food or any of that, we go shop at a black store, black gas station. If we just support them for one whole week, we will come up quick. No, we didn't do it.
They did do that.
A lot of people did it.
Here in Houston, they did that.
No.
For a week, radio stations.
They say
that shit don't count. Let me tell you something.
They say they doing it. Everybody's not doing it. I'm telling you.
Well, you can't force everybody to go.
You can't. Exactly. And that's the problem.
All you can do is promote it and push it in and give it to them as the best way you possibly can.
It don't even matter at that point. It becomes. All it matters is the mind frame. It's the mind frame that we should be concerned about. The mind frame that people realize that voting, I understand the facade, but as long as there's an electoral college, you're not really voting. You're just giving your opinion. And I say this and people are like, oh, you a whole veteran and you don't vote. And I was like, because I know the system and how it works, so I'm not participating in that shit.
And that problem is, I look at, you got Republicans and you got Democrats, you got independents. At some point, they should be able to work together.
No, Boris.
And that's the problem.
Boris, if it was that easy, this was designed.
We as a society have gotten so used to being against each other and going against somebody that we can't even work together.
The democracy and Republican, that is what creates the divide.
Exactly.
So that's why there's no unity, because it's not going to be no unity because there's always going to be an opposition. It's created that way. Like life, it has to be a balance. It's just Where is the skill gonna fall?
Which brings us to Love the Gym, where we create the balance. Because
and we do.
When I
the
talk,
indie standard is set. I love that.
When I talk about the versus battle, I'm not up here talking about this person is better than that person. I'm talking about this person does it this way, this person does this way, and we respect both sides.
Yep.
Now, it should be like that with Republican and Democrat.
But it's not like that because this shit was in play before we were even.
It's because it's so much money involved.
It
There's
ain't
so
even
much
about the
greed
money.
involved.
It's not even about the money. It comes down to the power. It's all it's about is who's in control.
That's why he's okay without getting paid.
But even money, power, I put those two together when it comes to the
Not
government.
when it comes to politics.
No. When I'm looking at them, I'm looking at both of them because a lot of stuff you'll see a bill pass through and you be like, damn, how the Democrats let that pass or how the Republicans let that pass is because it was something slid up under there for them that had to do with money.
It's not even about that. It's like, again, people don't be educated on the process because it's not even them. It becomes the Senate. It becomes the House of Representatives. They're the people that are appointed, not elected. The Electoral College is appointed, not elected. Like it's like people have a false sense of having a control or even a contribution, and really all you're doing is telling them how many people in what demographic are in each category, and which is their way of coming up with how many electoral votes each state gets.
And I understand, and I fully understand that. What I'm saying is, the reason they don't get along is because they're arguing over who's going to get more.
They don't get along for the media.
Yep.
Hello, they're in cahoots. You're missing.
You got to look at some of the bills that are being passed.
Have you looked at how you don't think it's a coincidence that your favorite Democrat signed a bill with your favorite Republican?
They have to get along because in order for this bill to pass, they need you to vouch for it. And for you to vouch for it, I have to put something in there for you.
So do you think,
I might not put something in there for all 50 states, but I'm gonna put something in there for Texas so you'll pass it.
Yeah, but see, it's still
that's money.
You either that's flip flop because you're gonna stand on what you do or you don't.
That's money. That's why when you come back and you see later on when you see like the Kamala Harris's and this coming out, they say, well, you prosecuted this many people. You prosecuted. You was doing that's your job.
No, that's not.
That was her job at the time.
Your job is to create an equal and fair trial. If that's the case, then the numbers for the white men, the Hispanic, and
if
the blacks
that's the case,
equal.
then that's what they will be doing. But if that's what they will be doing, they wouldn't be in the position they're in.
You're saying what we're saying.
They have to pick a side. But I'm telling you, it's all about money.
You need to go back
and money is power.
Between
the money is the power. That's why your senator will pass a bill. And every other state, the other Democrats don't agree with. They like, man, what you doing? But
you confusing state politics with federal. You are. I'm telling you, because there's a level of state operations, and the state is what we actually have control of.
And what I'm
we
saying,
can vote a senator in.
Exactly.
And that is how they decide how many electoral votes that each state has.
And when
that's not how they decide how many.
It's based on the population.
It's based on the census. I work for the census. The
population.
We're not, as a black people, we are not educated
That's
enough.
still your
population. You know how many black people do not fill out the census, which is why we are so very, very underrepresented.
But KK, even the demographics have changed. Texas has always been.
If you think that the census affects how underrepresented we are, then you're completely off base.
No,
that's not definitely not. It doesn't matter. That does not matter at all.
So when you go do the when you go do the census, how many black people ain't opening the door? How many Hispanics don't want to tell you?
The best thing that we can do as a black people is not let them know how many black people we have. That's the only thing that we have over them is that the number of people that we actually have when shit goes south.
Either way, you're gonna get the same result.
No, you're not.
If you tell them how many people you got, when things go south, they don't know how many guns you got. We still ready.
It's not about the guns. I'm talking about the people.
It's period. Like if they know how many people you got, you'll probably get more money.
You missing the whole.
That's that's more about what the census is for. How much money they gonna delegate to each region.
That's what they tell you. They just want to know, man.
Of course they want to know, but they know they ain't gonna know everybody. They know some people ain't answering the door. So look.
You believe everything these motherfuckers telling you?
No, what I'm telling you is
crazy.
Look, when some people don't, if we about to get 2 million, but
you way smarter than that, my nigga.
If we're about to get 2 million and half of the people check in and we only get 1 million, then what happened? Oh, we won because they don't know how many people we got.
Hurricane Katrina. They knew exactly how many people.
They were there when they let it break.
Whatever.
They
all
knew
of that, the whole
there.
situation, and yet they still didn't have enough to accommodate those people. They knew exactly how many people was there, and they still didn't have enough, didn't do enough. You know what I'm saying? So that's just an example I'm giving you. Like, you have to understand that they're not gonna tell you what it is. You gotta pick and choose and read between the lines and not believe everything that's spoon fed to you, because that shit is not legit.
I don't believe everything that's spoon fed to me.
You sounding like you are
what
right
I'm telling you is, if we have 1 million people, say we have 1 million people, when it comes time to handing out money, we're gonna get $1 million worth of people's money. And that's the
problem, because we need to stop relying on handouts and do our own shit. It's the handouts that get us caught up and oppressed and stuck.
When things happen, we shouldn't be looking for a handout. We should take care of each other.
I'm saying that when shit happen, we should at least have had a system in place, because we rely on each other, not wait for Uncle Sam to come save us, wait for FEMA to send money. No, bro.
So we have to put ourselves in a position where we don't need Uncle Sam.
Not even need Uncle Sam, but let's be prepared.
It's no way to even be prepared if we don't know how many people we got. We don't even know how many people we got.
We can know how many people we got more than quick to let everybody know.
But we don't even know how many people we got. We don't even know. We don't even know how many people stay in the house next to us, and right next door. We don't know how many kids we don't even know how many kids our homegirl got. We probably think she got 2 and she got 6.
So what does that have to do?
I'm saying, if we don't even know the count, how we expect them to know the count?
But what I'm saying is, what they have to do with the government?
Because they not gonna fund us. They gonna fund us like we got 2 people and we got 8 in the house. So how we gonna get more money if they don't know how many people we got? Eventually we gonna have to go by the system until we get up, and then we can cut ourselves off. We gotta get up first. We can't just cut ourselves off, because we still need money from here and there. Even right now with the pandemic going on, everybody needs money. It's people without jobs. It ain't just white people or black people, but in this instance, a lot of people need money right now.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to get to, but what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people in between that process of what you're looking for.
Oh, I know. But it all comes down to putting our people in that process.
In a sense, we keep saying putting our people in that process, but we've had a Black Wall Street. We've had we've had like military schools, military funding, Grambling State University. We have black schools. We have black educations. We have black politicians. We've had and what happens is, when we put ourselves in a position to the point where we don't need people, where we can physically have our crops, we have our farms, we have our kids in good schools. Let me tell you something. When those people see that, they burn shit down.
Mm-hmm. So
plain and simple.
So we not our ancestors. We fighting the fuck back.
We can't fight back. But
so who gonna get the ball rolling? When you gonna start your farm so I can support your farm?
We can't fight back. But
my refrigerator empty right now.
Your refrigerator ain't no.
I need some vegetables.
He
need vegetables.
No, what I'm saying is, it has to start somewhere, and I'm gonna support that somewhere. But if I support you, I expect you to support me.
We have black farmers, we have black farms, we have everything that people can sit here and say we don't.
We got black radio stations, but everybody's still trying to get to 97.9. And we paying out more money than 97.9 paying them.
So plain and simple.
And we play
we putting them on pictures.
It's an uphill battle.
Not downhill, but
it's an uphill battle. And it's gonna forever be an uphill battle, because
you'll
never get somebody making, not really, but you'll never get somebody making $30,000 to agree with somebody making $75,000 to $80,000 because our responsibilities are different.
It's gonna always be an uphill battle because we are programmed to always be against each other.
I'm sorry.
If you watch a versus battle online, like one of the bigger versus battles, you got people arguing with each other like they related to the people. It's like y'all don't know these people like that. Y'all fans of their music, but when we do a versus battle here, and we tell people the truth. So people enjoy our versus battle. When you get on there and you against somebody, you don't even know this person, but you'll argue with them for the 2 hours that Brandy and Monica going at each other.
And both of them look a mess.
But when you go back to, if you go back 10 years ago, you was fans of both of them. When they wasn't against each other, you was fans of both of them. But now when society says versus, all of a sudden, now I gotta pick a side. You never have to pick a side unless you're Lona Lewis.
But what I was going to say,
shout out to Lona Lewis.
you can't make the comment that somebody making $30K will never have a conversation or never be on the same page with somebody making more than me. Because I talk to millionaires all the day, and they still respect me like I'm one of them.
Tell them I need a loan first off.
Hello?
The thing
financially,
is, the thing is,
agree with the same types of votes.
No, because financially, you need to understand that somebody has to be rich and somebody has to be poor. Because everybody is rich, then everybody is poor.
So you don't think a poor person wants to be rich?
A poor person wants to be rich. I'm not saying. I'm saying no matter what, somebody's gonna be poor.
Why would I agree with this millionaire with his idea? Because his idea keeps me at $30,000.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying you gotta agree with it. If they idea is keeping you at $30,000, you need another idea.
But that's what I'm saying.
That should be your goal.
You need a new idea. If they $1 million is keeping you at down, then if you get funnier in comedy and book more, they not keeping you down no more.
So if you're at work at a corporation, somebody's making X amount of dollars.
Talk your shit.
Somebody's making X amount of dollars.
Yeah, because I'm there.
All right.
We there together.
You're telling me that you agree with what your boss is saying at your pay level for what he is like voting for and what he's standing for?
No.
People are married who don't agree.
I'm not agreeing with you, but I understand as a company we are one, and to make this ball roll, then we have to be one when it comes to certain things. Now, if my boss vote for Trump, I'm not voting for Trump. We not on the same level. Now, when it comes down to doing what's best for the business, then I understand that part.
Personally.
No, personally, no. No, you don't take. I don't take my personal stuff to work.
Are all your friends the same?
No.
Then, right, because there will be no elevation from anybody.
And you wouldn't have no. You wouldn't have no. If everybody was on the same level, it's hard to get to the next level because y'all comfortable.
Like you two don't even agree. Y'all friends in real life.
Right.
You see what I mean? So you
no,
can't. You can't. Don't do my thing.
You ain't spit.
You be old people. You brought us some devil eggs.
Hey, we 6 minutes over. Lovey don't like me saying when I'm late or when I'm running over, but hey, we over. It's been great conversation. We gonna stay here for in new Miss Cookie. Don't go nowhere. We gonna do some seat swapping and some sanitizing because we play it safe here.
I love it.
Jam Radio.
Bars.
Get that shit up.
Thanks to Mr. White. Like I said, November the 20th, we gonna be at the Zumbero 13101 Kirkendall Road. Love to Loud Friday. It's gonna be, even if it's just me and him, I guarantee it's gonna be funny.
It ain't gonna just be you and him.
I'm talking about on stage. Are you gonna get up there, Lovey?
No, that's not what I said.
So, like I'm saying, even if it's just me and him, you gonna get your laughs. We're gonna have 2 hours of straight funny.
I'm trying to work on.
Will they have the golf stuff open? Will be golfing? Will there be golfing?
No.
Will there be snacks or alcohol?
There will be food, drinks.
The bar open?
Will we be able to smoke?
Everything outside on the patio.
There's patios?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
And
I want to go.
If you will be there.
I'll be there.
Everybody will be there.
So I'll see you guys there.
I won't be there.
You're going to be there after your show.
I won't even be here. I'll be in Colorado.
Okay, that's understandable. You'll be smoking from a distance.
Hello.
So,
trying to bring this back.
Lovey just told you she wanted to go. That's what that noise was.
I'll be there.
I want to go.
Lovey, when I go to LA, wherever, don't I come bearing gifts?
She always
I bring my girl back something.
So make sure y'all stay tuned. Thanks Cookie for letting me run over. It's 7 minutes, so it's perfection. So y'all stay tuned. www.2